everyone, and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match show on the internet. We've just come back from the Park virtually. It was Newcastle 3, West Ham 2. Dan, take us through the starting lineup.
It was Fabianski in goal, Ben Johnson left wing back. We had Ogbonna coming back in, which was nice to see him back. Balbuena and Dawson. And then we had Soufal right wing back. Noble.
Balbuena was on the bench.
Oh, yeah, he was. Sorry. Fucking Diop and Dawson. Then Souček and Noble in the middle. Lingard, Fornals and Bowen.
Ryan, right lineup? Right way to approach?
Yeah, I mean, it's not much more. I mean, I was quite excited to have Ogbonna back. I said when me and Graham done the build-up show, I said we've been leaking a few goals lately, so having Ogbonna back might make the difference, which it didn't. But there's not much I would have really changed in that team, to be fair. With what's on the bench, they're coming back from injuries. Massive disappointment to have Masuaku missing today. I thought Masuaku would have been perfect for today. Yeah, but there's not really much more I would have changed in that team, to be fair.
No, we said that in the build-up show, didn't we? You know, that was I think that was a stronger lineup as we could have started with, to be honest.
Yeah. It's just a fucking crazy game we've got to talk about here, and it's a typical West Ham, isn't it?
I don't think it was too much crazy, man. I mean, fuck all happened for half an hour, right? Nothing happened at all until half an hour. The booking from Dalton, the first one, right? I've got to speak about this first because it was really the first thing that happened. The booking from Dawson was a stupid booking, right? It's a stupid booking to get so early in the game. Was he a bit card at me? Maybe. The referee, I don't know. But to do that and then, you know, in the lead up to their first goal, to touch it like that and dive in like that was fucking ridiculous, because I don't even think if he'd have won the ball that the referee wouldn't have given him a yellow card, because it was just excessive. Like, if you make a touch like that, you back off. You take 2 steps back. I know, some people say instinct and all of that sort of thing, but not for me. I think that was a terrible decision by Dawson. That pains me to say, because he's obviously been one of our better players this year. Fucking awful decision. And then coupled with that fucking clown spinning it into his own net like he was on a roundabout, like, it's just it gives you, like, you know, away to Newcastle. We don't traditionally do well up there. I think that's too much of a fucking mountain to climb and too much of a psychological blow, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Go on, Ray.
Sorry, Mark. Go on, mate.
No, go on.
No, I was just going to say, you know, Scott had sort of alluded to this in his big match preview. You know, it's individual errors that are costing us.
Yeah, and a few of them from
against today
recently, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's happened against that. The thing is, Newcastle haven't beat us; we beat ourselves with the individual.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, the first up until their goal, we just looked. We was over hitting balls, under hitting balls. We looked so nervous there today.
Awful,
Jesse Lingard, you know, we couldn't get him on the ball. We couldn't get our important players, the creative players, on the ball. Fornals was chasing the ball around. And listen, that's fair play to Newcastle. I mean, Saint-Maximin, he was all over the pitch. Me and Graham spoke about it before the game, and we said if one player today that's going to cause us a lot of grief is going to be him. And he was having a field day out there. And Nicky, what are you saying? I mean, Dawson's yellow card, whether it was, I know it was early, but it was justified. He deserved it. It was a stupid challenge. And then when a defender does that, they're walking on eggshells for the rest of the game. And it only takes one silly tackle, which he done again. I mean, their goal, I mean, it was a comedy of errors. I mean, Mark Noble done his best to push him out wide. And for me, Fabianski should be saving that. Diop, it's just one of them things, in it. You know, he's spinning round. He don't know where he is. It's come off him, and it's in. Before you know it, we're 1-0 down.
Look, I'm not overly disappointed, and I'm going to be, and people are going to laugh at me, or you know, they might even call me plastic about today, because nothing. I don't think anything can dampen my spirits this season, to be honest with you, because I've enjoyed it. But you know, it's one of them things. But once you do something like that, we coupled with Fabianski looked fucking nervous today. I don't know what happened because he had a fucking brilliant game last week. He was absolutely magnificent. But I said early on, before they scored the goal, there was one. It was headed away by Bonner, funny enough, but a cross come in and it was right on him, right on Fabianski, and he's put his hands up to try and gather it and committed himself. Got nowhere near it. And I said to Dan at the time, I don't know if you remember, Dan. I said, "Oh no, he's not one of them games, is he?" You know, and unfortunately,
it was the corner early on, wasn't it? Was that the corner?
Yeah, the corner. Yeah, it was a ball come over underneath the bar, and Fabianski come for it, committed himself. Someone would have been at the back post. It's a goal because he's got nowhere near it. And I thought to us, I said, oh, "Fuck, he's got to have one of them games today." Well, he wasn't saving that one, the goal, because it had already gone past his hands. That's why it hit Diop. To be fair, no, I just think it was, you know, the two goals. You know, you look at the first two, and you with 10 men, you're never going to get, you know, you're never going to be confident from there. We was hopeful, but not confident, because the second one I think was even well. I mean, that's Roberto-esque for me. I don't know how you see that. That's,
I had flashbacks. I had flashbacks of Burnley away.
I'd love to have seen Nicky's face when that one went in.
It's like he got it and it's dropped it. Or
watch along on www.youtube.com/West Ham Fan TV, bro. You would have seen it.
Thing is,
yeah. But I can't spend all day on the internet.
it is down to two errors, and I mean we've let Joe Linton score today, and he hasn't scored in about 30 years. It's just typical, innit? You know, we made him look like a prime Ronaldo in the first half, and I'm on about the Brazilian one. But yeah, look, I'm not. I know. Look, we've just lost a game, so people will be watching this, and look, we've got to talk about the game, and we're disappointed. But the last three games: Wolves away, Leicester at home, Newcastle away. 6 points out of that ain't too bad. And the way people were reacting on the watch along in the comments and Twitter after, you think our season was over. We're still fourth. You know, next week is massive now. Chelsea at home is massive. Because if we win that, it's a totally different look at it again.
I tell you what's massive is Jesse Lingard. Moyes reckons it's just a cramp, but he hasn't talked to the physio. But you know, hopefully that is the case, because if he is injured, we're gonna be.
I don't mean to be rude, Dan, but I watched it back when he got injured. Yeah, they showed it on Sky Sports News. You could tell by the way they was tugging him around that it wasn't an hamstring injury. They're more careful with him. You know, they're trying to stretch it out and all that. It's a cramp. He's been running around for an hour with 10 men, you know, chasing everything.
He was walking off after the game with not limping or nothing. So I think, it was just cramp. But one positive, I don't know if you see it, but Declan Rice tweeted out during the game he was on the running machine, running in the gym. So there's positives, you know. We're slowly, I mean, Creswell and Masuaku, David Moyes has said, hopefully should be available in the next few games. So if we can just get through the next couple of games, still up there, still about the top 4, top 5, you know, we can give it a good go towards the end of the season. But on today's performance, of course I'm disappointed. I don't like losing games. Of course we don't. There's a big opportunity for us today to go third. But, you know, I see Arsenal fans and Tottenham fans and all that laughing at us. But look, I know Arsenal are in a European Cup semi-final. They give anything to swap places with us at the moment. They're 11 points behind West Ham. So it is what it is. But look,
you know what? When you've got these teams laughing at you, that tells you you're doing something right, because they're worried about us. They don't want to see us here in this place, or jealousy. And that's what it shows how good of a season we've had.
But the thing is, Dan, as well, the last 4 games, it ain't been dull, has it?
No, listen, you're getting well, I know I say getting your money's worth. We're not there, but whatever you're watching it on or whatever you pay for it, you definitely get your money's worth there. West Ham have been entertaining the last 3 or 4 games.
I watched Match of the Day this season at all, because they hardly give us any fucking play or any convo. But we must be near the start in this past few weeks, every week now.
I'll be honest with you, Dan. There's only 2 games today, so we should get more time on this tonight.
We'll probably still be on last.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Listen, half time 2-0. Megally proud of the boys. We after half time we banged on the door, a bit like Wolves and Arsenal and thingy, but we banged on the door. got a goal, which was a good goal by Diop. Very similar to the one he scored last week. That was offside. Then got a penalty, and I thought, here we go. Lings stepped up, put it away.
I was nervous.
And you thought, if we can shut up shop now. But I think that's where we went to sleep. Is we scored that goal. We tried to shut up shop. I think that was a stupid idea. And I've got to say this as well. I think the substitutions from
Moyes
today were too little too late in my opinion. I think if we'd have done that a bit earlier, I think we could have had a bit more momentum going into that sort of last 20 minutes. We've scored them goals earlier.
I think when Newcastle bought Wilson on as well, it sort of changed it a little bit because we struggled a bit when he come on. I thought.
I mean, they took off Saint-Maximin, so I thought, at least Saint-Maximin's off, isn't it? At least he's.
Yeah, I was watching the second half, and I'll be honest, it didn't look like we had 10 men. I thought we played really well second half. We was doing a lot more. We was getting forward. Jesse Lingard starting influencing the game a bit more. Fornals as well. And as you said, Diop. I thought it was going to be given offside again at first.
I did.
And then the penalty, which was the right decision. It's handball at the end of the day. Great penalty from Jesse Lingard. A lot of pressure on him at that point because the longer you wait to take a penalty, the more nervous you get.
Yeah. You see Wilson trying to get in his ear and trying to psych him out.
And the goalkeeper as well. And listen, that's if that was Fabianski, I'd want him to do the same to the opposition. But we got back 2-2, and then you think to yourself, if there's only going to be one winner in this game, we was on top. Newcastle's arseholes went. But then, you know what? We allowed them to, just before that, Ben Johnson cleared one off the line, which was great clearance. You think when that happened, I thought to myself, do you know what? That's the luck we need. And then bang, they got the winner. It was a great header from Willock. He'd only been on the pitch for 2 to 3 minutes before he gets the winner. He'd done the same against Tottenham. Look, it's hard to take, but we're still fourth.
I mean, again, it was a defect. We didn't pick him up. He was allowed to sort of ghost in at the back stick, wasn't he? We did.
Moyes said that. Moyes was saying that's the part that he's most angry about. Not so much the first 2 goals. It was that last goal letting them back back in that winner. And I don't blame him.
If I was Moyes, I'd be more angry about the first 2 than the last one. I think that the last one is putting it on. You're playing with 10 men. You've been playing with 10 men for a long time. 50, 55 minutes up to that point. With 10 men after Dawson's fucking chucked himself in like he's gonna fucking karate kick someone. Like he's in the final battle of fucking the tournament with Daniel LaRusso. And I'd be more concerned about that than poor Ben Johnson letting Willock ghost in on the far post. Listen, Ben Johnson, I think he gets a little bit of a.
He had a bad game today. Let's be real. He had a very game, but I think he had a really bad game.
He's going to struggle against them sort of players. They've got some.
The thing is with Ben Johnson today, mate. I found that I think he thought he was Steven Gerrard a few times because he's shooting from outside the box. There was a couple of times where he could have played the easy ball and he's hitting
hitting crosses and
I like him. I think he's got a big future at West Ham. I really do, and he just needs to work on his end product a bit more. I like him, as I said, but I just think that today he was a bit disappointing for me, and I might get criticised for that in the chat or in the comments, but it's just my opinion. I was very disappointed with Johnson today, but defensively, I thought he was a lot better than he was going forward.
Yeah, that was his weak part, wasn't it? It was just nothing was coming off for him. I mean, look, he's still young. It's not to say writing him off, but you can say a player had a bad game, and that's what we're saying. He had a bad game today, and he did.
I'm a little bit.
He's still learning at this level. He's young. He's still learning.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a bit pissed off with Moyes today. I'm a bit pissed off with the defending. I'm a bit pissed off with Dawson, but I've still had a fucking good time this season. You know what I mean?
Like, with David Moyes today, mate. People can criticise the team selection or whatever, but it's not his fault for individual errors like that. He can't blame Moyes for Fabianski dropping it in his own net. You can't blame it for Diop scoring an own goal. You can't blame Moyes for Dawson diving in like that. It's just individual errors that have cost us today. And as Graham said, we've beat ourselves today.
Which is funny because I'm seeing a lot of people go, "Oh, individual errors." We ain't had an individual error all season, and then we've had a plethora of them in the last few. Like
London buses, mate. London buses.
We've scored 11 goals in the last 4 games. 11 goals, but we've conceded 10.
Yes, that's what worries. We need to sort that defence out, honestly.
3, 6, 7, 8.
That's why I thought Ogbonna coming back today might shore it up a bit, but
Creswell out. I think if you have Creswell in that back three, maybe.
But no, listen, we're suffering at the end of this season. We're suffering. No Antonio out for the season. You're always going to suffer. He's the main focal point in the attack. No Declan Rice. Noble, unfortunately, struggled today. And that's what we know about Noble. He's not going to be able to play every game like he did. Shelby and Longstaff are good players. And some players are going to have to bet on Mark Noble. If the way they set up didn't suit Mark Noble, they wasn't coming at him. They wasn't allowing him to break up play. They was playing it around him.
It was different for us today because we're not used to having much of the ball. We're usually a team that sit back and hit teams on the attack. Yeah, today, Newcastle are playing like us.
Yeah, that's exactly. Souček, because of the Rice injury, hasn't got the license to go forward like he was. You know, all these things accumulate. And we're missing the wrong players at the wrong time. I'm going to take nothing away from Newcastle. I think Newcastle, from the very first whistle to the last whistle, wanted it more than us, really. That they needed the points. They was desperate for them because they knew a win, at their place. We ain't got a great record against them, but they knew a win pretty much guarantees their safety, And that's what I was saying. When people were looking at the fixtures, which I have as well, these games are the more dangerous ones than the ones sort of like Chelsea or Everton, because you're the underdog. These ones here are the ones because they're scrapping for their lives. The one good thing about that is them winning, and Brighton and things still to play pretty much relegate everyone else. It pretty much puts everyone down. So
I think if Sheffield United lose today, they go down, don't they?
Yeah, I think they're pretty much down anyway, Gray. But
they were relegated in September, weren't they?
Yeah, I'm even talking about Fulham and West Brom. It's going to be a fucking hard. They've got to win 3 of their last 6, Fulham, and they're the third from bottom team to even equal Newcastle at the minute, and hope that they drop the points. Listen, it is what it is. But teams winning like Brighton and teams like that, I know Brighton have got Chelsea, so a Brighton win would be fucking massive for us. Pretty much guarantees the other 3 go down. So there won't be that intensity in the last games. Who we got? Brighton, Burnley,
West Brom,
Southampton. Yeah. Look.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be on their holidays. Hopefully,
by the time we play them teams, I think fates will be decided, and I'm more confident in them games. A game against Newcastle is always going to be tough, and I see people in the comment excuses. I'm not making excuses for them. This is West Ham United. This is not fucking Chelsea. We didn't spend £200 million in the summer.
Thing is, mate, as well, what you got to remember is only a couple of weeks ago, West Brom went to Chelsea and won 5-2. So this is a Premier League that throws up. There's going to be so many. I know there's only 6 games left, 7 games left. There's going to be so many twists and turns in this season.
Everybody's kicking off at the minute, right, on Twitter. Sometimes I'm embarrassed for some of these people. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm fucking one of them. So I'm even slagging myself off here. So like, don't think I'm fucking like taking the blame away from even myself. But like, they were like, they're proper like fucking whinging and moaning about everything, and I just think, oh, fuck, chill out, man. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking the fucking league, for fuck's sake.
Well, the thing is, it's like me and Ryan said, 6 games to go now. Who would have thought at the start of the season we'd be saying we're challenging for a top 4 spot?
Yeah, but these games, the Premier League throws up all sorts of results. Last week, Chelsea were fucking nailed on to go 4th and stay 4th. It turns like that. And Chelsea ain't got a game till Tuesday. They're in a semi-final today. They can't overtake us. Liverpool have got leads. They might overtake us. But the results can turn like that. And a win against Chelsea next week, is going to be huge. I'm not saying we're going to fucking win. The the injuries are catching up with us now, and that's what disappoints me the most. But when everyone's sitting there fucking having a bit of a melt that you should be beating teams like Newcastle, nothing gives you any right to beat a team like Newcastle. They're in the Premier League on merit, whether they've been fucking awful or not. That doesn't give you a right to turn up there and take the points off them. You got to work for it, and they worked harder than us, and that's the fucking matter of fact. Is that because we was terrible?
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. Yeah, they obviously did work a lot harder than us, but it's okay. What's Graham? Graham's on Channel 5, isn't he?
Don't you think some fans like yourself, Nick, are so sensitive to other fans venting? Because I've seen more tweets today. When I looked on my Twitter feed, I saw more tweets complaining about fans complaining than I did see fans complaining. It was our fan base this, we've got the worst fan base, people moaning. I hardly saw anything of people actually having this meltdown. The meltdown was from fans about other fans. But that's what I'm saying. Like, people immediately after the game is when people are most sensitive, or the emotions are raw, and people are going to have a vent, and they use the social media to try and get that frustration out. And yeah, no one has a right to beat anyone, of course. But it's like, you look at this game. And look, I was never fully confident. You know that we've seen West Ham before. We'll beat other teams that we shouldn't beat, and then lose the ones that on paper we should beat. But you look at it and think it's a great opportunity, and it's opportunity missed. And you're going to be disappointed about that missed opportunity, especially the manner of it. And I think it's the manner that really hurts the most.
Yeah, I think you're right there, mate. I think you're right. I think everyone woke up this morning thinking we win today, we're third in the Premier League, and yeah, of course we're upset about not winning and going for. But look, I see Liverpool fans celebrating our results today, and if you'd have said to me with 6 games ago that Liverpool fans would be wanting us to lose a game, I'd have thought they was in a relegation battle, not us being up the top 4. So it shows how far they're fallen from grace, really. Look, I'm still happy. We've had a great season. Whatever happens in these last 6 games, it's still been a better season than what any of us could have imagined when we. Funny enough, lost to Newcastle on the opening day of the season. But Newcastle are just one of them teams. They always seem to, they're like a little bogey team for us. We don't do well up there. And at home, we get the odd win and then lose a couple against them. So
fair, everyone's looking at Liverpool and Chelsea and all of that sort of thing. Listen, don't write Leicester out of this equation, man, because they could fucking drop like stones. They did it last year. So there could be 2 places up there. There could be 3rd and 4th to be grabbed. They're in a semi-final today. As I said before, they're going to be favourites to win that semi-final as well against Southampton. All of a sudden,
that's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, they're playing tomorrow. Yeah, but all of a sudden, Leicester win that semi-final, and all of a sudden they start going to games players and think, fucking hell, FA Cup final. I really want to play in that. A challenger come up, or a chance to go in for a 50-50, or getting in for a brave goal, and they stop taking it because they're thinking to themselves, I really don't fancy getting injured for that cup final. So they are no way, nowhere near guaranteed 3rd place. So don't worry about it. Just as I said before, it was 7 cup finals. We've lost one. But we've been saying it's 15 cup finals and 20 cup finals and all of that sort of thing. We've got it to this far. We've had a little blip in the road. Chelsea next week. We've got even if we get a draw. Listen, it's every point's massive now.
Chelsea and Liverpool and Leicester won't win every game to the end of the season. That's what I think some people feel like.
Did anybody expect us? Did anybody expect us really when we beat Leicester last year? Did anyone expect us? How many games we got left? 7. Did anyone expect us to get 21 points out of 7 games? Because you'd be fucking mental if you did. No matter who we've got, you're never ever going to pick up all of them points. And nor Chelsea, and nor Leicester, and nor Liverpool. So let's just see, man. This week. Let's just see what happens. Like if it's like that again with 3 games to go, then you can start saying it's a bit disappointing. But losing one, I think, is a bit. I think it's very harsh.
And I think people are saying that because it's Chelsea next, and we're not expected to win that. So
but no one expected us to beat Chelsea last season, and we beat them at home. It's one of them games. It's, as I said, it's disappointing. Dawson obviously will be missing now for 1 game, so Balbuena will probably just slot back in unless Creswell's fully fit to start. But yeah, look, Chelsea's a massive game anyway. It's a London derby, and there's just that little bit more on it now. It's a little bit more. It's like, you know, and one thing I've liked about us this season is that we always seem to bounce back when we need to. And
I don't think we've lost back-to-back games this year. I think it's only us and Man City are the only teams who haven't lost 2 games in a row this year, which is good. And we've got a good record at home as well. So touch wood. I'm not jinxing it, but
you got a bit of
enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
Hang on there, mate.
But yeah, look, it is what it is, mate. It's we're still fourth. I know people will probably be watching this thinking, look, they're miserable gits, look. But we're only talking about the game. Look, we're disappointed. But overall, if you look at it, we're still happy with the season. Of course we are. And as Nicky said, six cup finals left.
I'm disappointed every time my team loses. I don't like to see my team lose. It doesn't mean I'm having a meltdown, but I love West Ham and I love to watch my team. And you never want to see your team lose, do you? So you're always going to be a bit like disappointed when they do lose. That's football. Whether we're in the Championship.
We battled back the 2-2 with 10 men.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We showed a bit of character.
There are positives to take out.
Like Brendan Rodgers, John's great character there.
No, there is positives to take out of the game today. You know, there are obviously we're all going to look at the silly mistakes, and I mean that first goal, all that needed was a bit of Benny Hill music on it, and that just topped it off for me. It was a bit of a comedy show, but look, these things happen. It happens to the best of teams, and it happens to the worst of teams. It is what it is, but yeah, we move on. We move on now. We can't do nothing about it. We're still full.
It's a great chance for if Creswell's not playing or whoever's playing. It's a great chance for players then to cement their place ahead of Dawson now in that Chelsea game and really show what they're about and step up, you know. And I really, really hope Creswell is back. I really, really hope he's back fit. And Rice, maybe if he comes back early, it could give us a little boost having him back for to the end of the season, gives us that lift. But
massive. And seeing him on his Instagram today, putting pictures up of him on the running machine running is a good sign for me. So hopefully he won't be out and he'll be back to at least play the last 3 or 4 games of the season.
Yeah. And I don't want to get into the board stuff, but I just say it highlights what we need to do in the summer and, where we need to really strengthen and improve depth wise. Like, we haven't got a striker. So we need to. And if we can get that depth and whatever happens, we can go again next season. We've got a real good core there. And if we just get those signings right, we can finally maybe get that season-to-season consistency that we've been just hoping for ever since we got back into the Premier League,
Oh, yeah, 100%. We can't, whatever happens this season, we've got to build in the summer and go again next season and try to be up there again. But let's just get this season and go. Well, one thing I will say, Graham, is that when me and Scott done the build-up shows, we was unbeaten, mate, so you're fucking set.
Yeah, actually, it's the first time in ages I've worn a West Ham shirt, so I might ditch this.
What socks? Have I wore these socks when we play in West Ham? What else?
Graham. It was a pleasure to have you on, mate.
That was good. Very much enjoyed it. Very much enjoyed it.
Yeah. So,
anyway, let's look on the bright side. Sheffield United can go down tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
About time.
And they can't sue us this time, can they? They can't sue us. They might try, but they can't sue us at all for going down. It's on their self. So
I want to see. I don't know if Carlos Tevez has got Instagram or Twitter or whatever, but I'd love to see him post a video of him dancing around the front room tonight if they get relegated. Well, if it won't be tonight, it'll definitely be next week. But Norwich got promoted today.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I'm so happy for Norwich, man. I like Norwich. I really like Norwich. We was due to go. I think Norwich was one of the games we was due to go to, just before the pandemic hit, and I was looking forward to going there. And I was thinking, fucking hell, the pandemic's hit and the football come back, and we couldn't go. And I was thinking, that would have been a good away day. So hopefully, by the time we get Norwich again next season, it'll be a good away day. Be a good away.
Yeah. Let's see if they can stay up this time because they're proper up and down, aren't they?
The yo-yo club, isn't they?
Yeah. What's his name? Graham Souness once called us a fucking yo-yo club, and I was like, "Fucking hell, he must have been shit at yo-yos. We've only been relegated from the Premier League twice."
Yeah.
So,
but no, look, it's Norwich have smashed it this year in the Championship, but they done that last time and never strengthened really. So, and Pukki was scoring goals for fun in the Championship like he's done this season. So, but look, you know what? We'll look forward to that next season.
It's I feel a bit better now. I feel like we've all had a bit of therapy on post-match Pint today. Lingard looks like he's not injured. My spirits are raised a bit. So.
No, that was definitely. I'm telling you, that was definitely 100%. It was cramp. They don't manage you like that if you ain't got cramp. If that makes sense, you know what I mean. So yeah, it was 100% cramp.
Yeah. Sometimes they give him the old with the boot, didn't they? And they, push the leg back, but they just won't give, which is good actually. Don't risk him. Don't fucking risk him. So that's smart. That is smart there. So
I tell you what, I've never been happier to see 8 minutes injury time go up. I thought to myself, fucking hell, if we nick one here now, I'm gonna fucking run down the A13.
Yeah.
But you can't say we ain't been entertained today.
No, you know what? I need just a boring 1-0 next week. Can we just have a boring 1-0 where just no excitement? I don't want any more excitement for a while. They're killing me here in West Ham.
Not having the West Ham of old back then. You never know what's going to happen.
But I was saying to Nicky, like we've all been saying, every game now is a cup final. And it feels like at the start of every game, you have them cup final-esque nerves, them feeling, and that's what it's like. It's crazy. So, but no, it is great to be up here, and like I said, I've been enjoying it. All these other top 4, top 6 clubs, all been trying to bring me down, bring the spirits down, banter me, and all that. And it just means that we've started to arrive. We're up there.
I think if you're gonna have any bets towards the end of the season, I think 3-2 is your safest bet either way. I think.
Yeah,
go 3-2. But
you know what? A 3-2 against Chelsea. I wouldn't.
What happened last season when Yarmolenko?
Yarmolenko. Our mate Max, Dan. Right, sorry. Lee's dad, Max.
Oh yeah.
He bets 3-2 either way in every game that's shown on Sky, and he's done it for years. He must be a fucking millionaire after the last three weeks.
Fucking when we randomly see him at West Ham.
Yeah,
he just kind of said hello and then fucked off. But yeah, I mean, man, the match today for you. I mean, I was impressed with Soufal, if I'm honest. I thought he had a decent.
Soufal was quality again.
Worked very hard.
Yeah, I would agree.
So, is it me, or did you think that Souček, wherever you say it, do you think he looked a bit off today, even from the beginning?
I don't think he's got the license to go forward like he does with Rice when Rice is there. I think they've got a nice little sort of partnership going on with Rice. One of them goes, one of them stays, and he can't get foot, and you take that sort of goal threat out of his game, and I think he becomes, his distribution ain't fantastic, if that makes sense. So he's never going to pull up any or get any sort of plaudits for his footballing ability, but
it felt like everyone was off the ball today, didn't it? Like it just felt like for now,
catch the ball, Dan.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he didn't know where.
I think that happens when you're missing so many key players. I think like
disrupts the team, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's because you'll always. This season, we've always been able to guarantee one of them is going to step up, and you're missing the likes of Masuaku. I mean, people, Masuaku, that is terrible, and it's going to cost us top 4. Fuck me, he ain't been here for 4 months. He's played a game and a half, and then all of a sudden, because he's out again, it's going to cost us top 4. I think that's a bit of a cop out. Cresswell was a big miss. Because he's a massive part of the way we play, and that's coming out that back 4 and joining the attack, and he sort of gives us an extra man and an extra winger. He joins the attack a lot. Most assists I think he's got in the in the team. So like not having that sort of option down the left, it restricts you and stops, because that sometimes gives license to people like Bowen or Ben Rama or Fornals or whoever, it's just to push in a little bit because they know he'd be out wide. You're never going to get that from O'Connor or Diop or anything. But I think he's a massive part of the reason why we've done so well today. And I think he's a little bit overlooked in the Hammer of the Year because he's been fabulous, fantastic. He's been fucking brilliant. Getting him back will be, I think, more key even than getting someone like Rice back or Antonio back, if I'm honest, because he just gives us that extra dimension. And as I say, like, you lose him, it went to pot. It's no fucking coincidence. It went to pot last week and we didn't start this week, you know. So I don't know. It's just that certain players like playing with certain players, and if they're not there, their confidence gets knocked. We couldn't pass the ball 5 yards in the first half an hour today.
I would have liked to seen him do the Fredericks Soufal on the right hand side, thing like we did against Villa for Saint-Maximin.
Against Saint-Maximin, but it is what it is. You take it on the chin, make sure you fucking learn from it, and go again. So
yeah,
and just cut out the silly mistakes.
Yeah,
Graham, you fucking get in that dressing room and tell them, Greg.
Do you know? I tell you what, we were sort of at Almiron's eyebrows as well, Graham. You give him a run for your money. See, Almiron.
I was thinking that during the game that Almiron could be a love child of Scott and Graham.
Yeah.
I looked at his eyebrows. He looks like he's been through a ghost train. He's surprised all the time.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He's like that.
Yeah.
What's happened?
I love you, Greg.
We go next week though. You know, big game next week now. So
yes, we can't afford any silly mistakes against Chelsea. That's for sure.
That's gone.
Yes,
just concentrating the next one now.
Yeah, that's it. We got the old FA Cup on today. Probably watch that.
Yeah, or maybe Chelsea and City. And it should be a decent game.
Yeah, big game.
Let's hope. Well, I hope City give Chelsea a good hiding because obviously we play Chelsea next week. But I don't want City to burn themselves out because they've got Tottenham in the cup final next weekend. And Harry Kane looks like he might be out for that, which is a massive blow.
Do you know what? Hopefully, at this stage they're not doing. It's not legs, is it anymore? So it's one game, isn't it? Is it one at a point where it's one game and that's it?
Yeah, the final.
So.
Yeah.
Is it the final? I mean, today. I mean, the semi-final.
Oh, today? Yeah, one-off game.
Yeah, so if they can go for extra time and penalties, and they start fucking just really tiring Chelsea out, and yeah, that would be absolutely lovely. That would honestly. So it's a big one. So let's try and, like you said, put it behind us. Enjoy our weekend. At least we got an early kickoff, so we can get it out of the way and forget about it. And
I think, like next week, I think the game's going to suit us a lot more. If I'm honest, like, and going into the game, like last week, we hit Leicester on the break. That's where we was hitting them. Long balls over the top and all that. And I don't mean to be rude on that, right? And Chelsea fans might be in here now, and a lot of them were all laughing and joking with us and laughing and saying, "You're not going to get top four and all that." Now, their defence, mate. I'll tell you what. I've seen better Sunday League defences than theirs at times, and that's the fucking God's honest truth. And all I'll say is, with the making sure Lingard's fit and all that, we've got the players to do them damage there. We could hit them like we did Arsenal, like we did Leicester, like we did. I
was just looking at the fixtures as well. Chelsea play Tuesday night against Brighton.
Yeah, they got Chelsea. Yeah.
Coming thick and fast now, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that is the thing. So Chelsea have these games, obviously in the FA Cup. They have the Champions League. They're in still, and they've got a lot of football to play. You know, a lot more football than us. So hopefully that starts to catch up on them, and gives us an opportunity to take advantage of it. You know, let's see. I don't think they've had any really massive injuries, if I'm not mistaken, Chelsea. So maybe they're due some key players going out. You know, they've got a lot of players, but let's see. Next week, it's a big. I really want to win. I'll take this loss all day long. If we beat them, I won't even care. That's the game, because honestly, if we can beat them, we put some distance. It's a 6-pointer, as they say, isn't it? So
it's right end of the table will change.
massive game. But yeah, I think that's it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm done, mate. Chloe's
What
watching.
more can we say?
I'm going to say this to Chloe. I don't know what that is.
What is that?
Love art. It's meant to be a love art, isn't it?
It's
Yeah,
Crocky
I
Boys,
think
the
that
other
is.
side.
Nicky,
I'm bigger.
Nicky's look like two dinosaurs trying to kiss. Yeah, we got anything to plug this week? Shirts?
Yes, t-shirts. We've got some brand new t-shirts in the store. The link is in the description down below. We've got let's have a look. I got some pictures of them. We've got the brand new They Fly So High t-shirt. Go and look at these on the store because they're a bit better quality than the pictures we've got here. And we've got the new Spiritual Home t-shirts, which is like an artistic representation of the bowling. So go and check them out. They're brand new out in the store. There's some more coming out next week. Yeah. So yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. What shows we got coming up this week? You got your tomorrow morning after the day before tomorrow.
Tomorrow. We have got the musings this week. As I said last week, I fucking lost the memory card and fucked it all up. So we will have that coming up this week. So we'll have a new musings. We've got Dan. You got anything?
Yeah, well, I was supposed to. You know what? I was supposed to have fucking Jason on the thing with me last night, but he got too pissed. So I'm supposed to be trying to do something with Jason. No, I'm probably going to have some opposition preview stuff with Chelsea lads. We're looking to. Obviously, Nicky's probably potentially going to be doing one, and I might do a sort of a more long form one with. I'll make Louis as well. I've got to do something with Louis. Brother Louis. Yeah. So but yeah, and also everyone get the thumbs up going as well on the videos because that helps us. You know, obviously all the t-shirts and Patreon supports us, but when you comment on the video and leave a thumbs up, YouTube loves that shit and they start pushing the video out and it helps us get more subscribers. So do us a comment and like, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Graham, you got anything to say?
No, I think we covered everything, mate.
Yeah,
got everything, hasn't it? Pretty much.
Have another on the social this week, probably Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, I think that's it. Nick, you got your musings. Yeah, I think another busy week.
Poke music.
Pokey music, yeah. Yeah, another busy week building up to next Saturday with more match day content. I'm like the match day content's good at the moment. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I say, Scott, the watch alongs and that, and Scotty and Ryan's build-up shows are fantastic watch as well.
Fan cams and post-match pint. There's a lot goes on match days. Just need to fill the week up.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah. We're getting there. Have we got on a social this week? Have we got on a social this week? Did we say that?
Yeah, he said that.
He said it about 30 seconds.
Let's wrap it up then, geez.
I think I might do it Monday this week. Start the week off. Or I don't know. Or leave it till Tuesday. I'll decide.
All right. Brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Big, I meant to say, actually, we didn't say this at the end of the watch-along. Big thanks to Miss Amaret for her moderator duties. She done a blinder today.
Yeah, she's done a good job.
Helped us...
We worked out how to add the moderators, and she stepped up, and she's regular watching our channel, so we give her the duty of being a moderator. She's done a really, really good job, and there's going to be a few more. We're going to add a few more in there. It took us a while to work it out, but we did it in the end, and it really helped. So yeah.
Between the three of us, we kept that chat fairly troll free. We had them all blocked up nicely. So yeah, good stuff.
No problem. Thank you very much for joining us in this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. As I said, we'll be back next week, building up towards Chelsea. Go and check out our store. Go and check us out on Patreon if you've got the time and the money. So go and check those out. Anything else, boys?
No.
No.
Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons.
Come on.